current system, the current governance system of Nigeria does not acknowledge our uniqueness as a people. So when you bring somebody in office in Nigeria as a politician, the first thing they're thinking about is me, myself and I, me, myself and I, me, myself and I, period. We're on a ticking time bomb. We don't have the infrastructure. The unemployment rate in Nigeria is incredibly high. The industrialization in Nigeria is incredibly low. Poverty is off the charts. The few rich are getting richer. The majority of the population are poor, and they're getting poorer. Nigeria is on a ticking time bomb. And I don't think most Nigerians realize this. We are on a ticking time bomb, and the sooner we act as a people, the better. Right now, the population of Nigeria is put at 250 million. And by 2050, our population is scheduled to double. Guys, we just stepped into 2025. 25 years from now, it's going to be 2050. And by the way, 25 years is not a long time. Let me repeat that. 25 years is not a long time. Our population is meant to double by 2050. And guys, by the way, we've been in existence for 60 years as a country, and we can barely figure ourselves out now with half that number. So what do you think is going to happen, my fellow Nigerians, when we hit 2050 and we've now doubled our population, when we do not have the infrastructure to cater for the population we have right now? Nigeria is on a ticking time bomb. And I am not here to blow smoke up anybody's behind. I am a realist. If you've watched 3 of my content, you would know that I tell it like it is. I am not here to pander to nobody. I am not here to try and, pamper our feelings. We gotta be honest. We gotta be straightforward. And that's what I'm aiming for here. Okay? We are on a ticking time bomb. Guys, a population growth could be a good thing. A population growth could also be a bad thing. And right now, I'm leaning towards this population growth is a bad thing. And it's a bad thing because our leadership has not been able to showcase their ability to plan. We don't have long-term thinking in Africa in general, in Black Africa particularly, in Nigeria specifically. There is no concept of long-term planning. And the reason there is no concept of long-term planning is because our political system is flawed. We are forced together. Our system does not reward national identity. We say it on paper and theory, national identity, national identity, national identity. But our national identity is not reflected in the political requirements of Nigeria. The current system, the current governance system of Nigeria does not acknowledge our uniqueness as a people. So when you bring somebody in office in Nigeria as a politician, the first thing they're thinking about is me, myself and I, me, myself and I, me, myself and I, period. We're on a ticking time bomb. We don't have the infrastructure. The unemployment rate in Nigeria is incredibly high. The industrialization in Nigeria is incredibly low. Poverty is off the charts. The few rich are getting richer. Majority of the population are poor, and they're getting poorer. There's no concept of social mobility where no matter where you are born, you have a chance to upgrade your life and to get better. It doesn't exist in Nigeria. That's a problem. So now take that and now add a population boom doubling by 2050 in 25 years. What does that result to? It's a cocktail of disaster waiting to blow up. It is a cocktail of disaster waiting to blow up. This is the reality of Nigeria. This is the reality of Nigeria. We're on a ticking time bomb. Our political system is flawed. The ideology in the north, the ideology in the south is very different. How can we coexist? It's flawed. Politicians don't retire. Our politicians come into politics to become billionaires and millionaires. That's flawed. People still vote with their tribes. They vote with tribe. We glorify tribe rather than what's actually good. We don't care about the meritocracy and the qualifications of a politician. Is he from my tribe? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, you vote. If it's no, you don't vote. Regardless of the competencies of that politician. We are on a ticking time bomb. And the best way, in my opinion, I don't know all the answers, I can only try to give suggestions. The best way for us to start getting our country back on track as Nigerians is for Nigerians, home and abroad, to start being more focused on things that actually matter. We need to start having conversations on topics that actually matters to a country, which is like the politics, the governance structure, the infrastructure. What can we do as Nigerians to start putting attention, using platforms like social media, podcasts, to start talking about things that actually matter? I don't want to see any more dating shows, man. God damn it. I don't want to hear more about how much nyash can you clap. I don't care. This is all distraction. We need to stay focused, laser focused, because we're on a ticking time bomb. And the politicians that have put us in this mess, most of them are going to pass away in the next 5-10 years. They don't care. The politicians that have put Nigeria in this mess, their kids have been set for life with the blood, sweat, and problems and frustrations of Nigerians. Most of these politicians, their kids are abroad. Their kids have double passports. They have houses abroad. They don't care what happens to us. They don't care what happens to Nigeria. Because a lot of these politicians, they don't even see their future in Nigeria. They see Nigeria as like a cash cow. Get money, store it abroad, and then go. What kind of nonsense is that? There needs to be a collaboration between the Nigerians in the diaspora and Nigerians on the continent. We need to talk to one another. We need to connect. We need to figure out a way. Because we cannot stay when our countries are being used as a fleshlight by our so-called politicians. What is the plan? We need to hold our politicians accountable. What is your plan, dear Nigerian politicians, to get us from point A to point B, from point B to point C onwards? The average Nigerian politician can afford to be corrupt because the average Nigerian does not hold people accountable. We don't hold our politicians accountable. We don't. We need to be more consistent in the laser focus on our politicians. What are you doing? What's the goal? What's the plan? Why is this road not built, man? We need to get this road built. We don't want to use generator anymore. We need to get electricity. Why can't we do this? But I think the solution is we need to leverage social media. Social media is a new form of protest. We can use it. Because Nigeria is on a ticking time bomb and it's not going to wait for you to get your act in order. Time doesn't wait for nobody. By now, Nigeria should not be still dealing with electricity issues. In 2025, Nigeria should not be still be dealing with unemployment issues. We shouldn't be dealing with fuel shortages as a country. In 2025, we shouldn't be dealing with the most basic stuff. I get it. We are still a very young country. But man, there are certain things that you shouldn't be dealing with at this point, man. I'm not saying we have to be on the level of Singapore. All I am saying is that we shouldn't still be dealing with the same thing that we were dealing with when I was 5 years old. I turned 30 this year. We are still talking about the same things we were talking about when I was 5 years old. This is not sustainable. As Nigerians home and abroad, we must figure out a way to start getting involved in political conversations. Not party politics, but developmental politics, I'll say that for now, for lack of better term. Whereby we are invested in the development of the infrastructure of our country, Nigeria. I don't care whether you're Yoruba. I don't care whether you're Igbo. I don't care whether you're Ibibio. I don't care whether you're from the smallest tribe in Nigeria. Are you the best man or woman for the job? Yes or no? Period. And until we do that, our country doesn't move forward. Nigeria is on a ticking time bomb. This is an ongoing conversation. I'm going to make a part 2 to this. Thank you.